the snare drum. One of the traditions that African Americans have kept alive in this country is the tradition of the drum and the fife, especially in Alabama and parts of Georgia. You can still find drum and fife orchestras or bands playing, especially in the summer months when people and families come together and have picnics or family gatherings. This particular drum is made of wood from the shea butter tree, and the skin is goat skin. The snares are also made of skin. Early American snare drums were also made of cow skin or goat skin hides, with the gut being made of goat skin or cat skin. Nowadays you have pieces of spring steel under the trap drums, but the origin of the trap drum is the traditional snare drums from Africa. And this is one of them. This is called the brekete. It's played with the stick in the hand technique.
I'm not going to use a microphone. How many people know what this is? That's why I call this endangered African American musical instrument. Everybody should know what this is. This is a Diddley bow. This is where Bo Diddley got his name, the great bluesman Bo Diddley. And the bottle slide style of playing the guitar, where you have like a bottle or slide on your hand on the guitar, it comes from this instrument. Once again, we were not allowed to play our traditional African instruments. We're not allowed to play chorus. We're not allowed to play our traditional fiddles or violins like the gonji. We're not allowed to play these instruments. So what we had to do is we had to hide and we would have to sneak. So this is one version of a Diddley bow. A majority of Diddley bows were a piece of 2x4 that was nailed on the porch of the house. And they would use a can, grandma's snuff tin, a nail, and maybe an aspirin bottle or a small pill bottle as the slide. When the slave masters came around, they would assemble it real quickly, and the wood would just be up there with a piece of wire. Wire comes from the wire that's used for hay, to bale hay, or also is used to wrap the broom. So this is a very interesting instrument. It reminds me, it's not like the berimbau, which comes from Brazil, which is another very important instrument, because the berimbau was used in what's called capoeira, which is a martial art type dance type music, which originated in Angola and Mozambique, and enslaved Africans took it to Brazil. And they used that form to set up maroon societies where they were able to overthrow their oppressors, the Portuguese in particular. And that instrument, the berimbau, was used to camouflage the actual act of practicing this martial art, so that when the Portuguese came around, they thought they were just slaves dancing and hopping around and singing. But what they were doing, they were practicing a very deadly martial art. And up until today, it's a very, very big sport in Brazil. It's two types. There's capoeira regional, which is the more modern style, and there's capoeira de Angola, which is the more bush style, which comes out of Angola. It's much slower. A lot of the movements. How many people have witnessed capoeira? Okay. So capoeira de Angola, you know, is the slower form where it's really the art of fighting upside down on your hands. And getting back to the Diddley bow, this is one of the early blues instruments. Okay, if you listen to Robert Johnson's and a lot of the old people who come out of the Delta region who would play the slide guitar, you can actually hear some of the sounds. And I'll demonstrate some of the music of this instrument. I have on it an acoustic pickup, which is just a small microphone so you can hear. So you can actually tune it by moving the can is another one string, and somebody told me the other day I should try to get an endorsement from Maxwell House. This is made out of fishing tackle and a piece of branch. What's wrong? Oh. Where are you from? Ghana. Oh, you're from Ghana. Well, this instrument you have in Ghana, the FA people, a friend of mine, C.K. Donyo, built one. He called it Chakfu Mekate. And he said when he was a child, they used to play it in the fishing village. But in the old days, they used calabash and horsehair. But once again, these things were taken away from us, so we had to find ways to camouflage what we're doing, to keep our traditions alive. And the people who play a lot of these instruments are equally, to me, as important as the Nat Turners who led the revolts against oppression, the Dessalines in Haiti, the Toussaints in Haiti, the Kojos in Jamaica, because they kept alive African tradition against a system which was so brutal. I mean, they kept alive this tradition, and it could have cost them their life. And sometimes it really did.